Welcome to part 2. Today I'm going to show you how to paint the glass. This is one I did yesterday. A little ghost. And I'm trying to decide how to paint him. Of course he'll be white. And the moon will be yellow. Okay. So, when I mix these, I just have my little mixer. I use a container that I have made and mixed up Floetrol by Flood. I used water-based urethane gloss. Get those out of the way. And I'm going to mix my paint. I try to use the paint. This one is the Faux enamels, but it has the little glass on top. It tells me I can use it on glass. I have 2 of those. I have yellow and purple, violet pansy. This one is yellow light. The white is the Folk Art multi-surface, but it also has glass on it. Wicker white. This I picked up Craft Smart white pearl because I like the look. So I'll add that to the white for the ghost. And this one is multi-surface, ultra bright pewter, which I thought was kind of a pretty blue. We'll see. So I'm going to mix up my paints in these little Dixie cups. I'm not going to add a lot of paint because I want it to be semi-transparent. Shake up this. This is about half and half of the Floetrol and the poly. I just put a squirt in each of my cups. Sure to put the lid on so it doesn't dry. I do not use silicone like I do with pour painting. I just take some of the paint, put it in there, and mix her up real good. It's going to be lighter because I'm not using a lot of the pigment. That one all mixed. I am going to continue to mix all the paint and I will be back. And I'm using regular white, or this white, but I'm going to add the pearl. And I used about that much. But the key is that you cannot do areas next to each other or your lines may give way. Here's one that I've done. And if you can see on that line right there how it squiggled in, that was because I did both sides at the same time. I forgot. Or I got impatient, which is probably more it. I use my little spatula and I just put it on there. And then I just kind of pop bubbles. And I just kind of put it in there. Part of that is if I pour it, I can't control how much as well. The black lines will hold it in its spot. Okay, well, there's the yellow. So I don't want to do this spot, or this spot because it's touching the yellow. I don't want to do the white. I can do the black for the eyes. And this one, because it's such a little spot, I don't want a lot on there. I'd rather put more in. So I'm just putting a tad in. Just a very little in. Okay, so now we're gonna go with the purple's my favorite color. We're gonna go with some purple. Remember, I can't do this part, this part, this part, or this part because they're touching. But I can do all the other parts as long as I don't do one next to the other. Okay, so basically you're going to go through and do all the spaces you can, and then you're going to cover your paint with the cellophane. And then I'll put a rubber band. So it stays nice. I don't have any of those containers with lids at this point, but I'm going to get some. I saw them on a video this morning. And we'll see how this turns out. I'm going to do a little more painting and then I will be back. After this dries, I'd give it at least a couple hours in between before you come back to do another. I go to, I put them underneath the ceiling fan so they get some air movement, but not blowing directly on them, and they tend to dry a little faster. Okay, I will see you in a bit. Okay, I'm back. It has been quite a while. It's the afternoon now. That's just on the paper. And this is dried, so I can add another color. I've decided I'm going to add the white. And once again, after I add the white, I'll have to let it sit. Give it a stir. Now this is white with pearl. And then you just kind of push it to where you want it. Especially around these eyeballs. You want to get it up next to the black. You don't want it on black lines, but you want it next to the black. Once again, if you have any comments, good or bad, let me know. Suggestions. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. I have some items, mostly vintage, on Etsy. It's all under Crafts by Krisa. Looks like I missed a little bit there. Okay, I will come back later after this dries so we can do. Okay, I am back. This is Krisa McGillis from Crafts by Krisa. And when we were waiting for the purple to dry, and then I could add the last color, which is pewter, metallic blue. And one of many things that I've learned on this is don't remix the purple, because I did all the purple. We did the yellow and the purple, except for that one, was the first step after we did the black. And then I came back when I did the white and did this purple, but I had remixed the purple and made another batch. And that purple didn't match, so I had to go back through and paint all the purples again so they would match the purple. Now I went through with the pewter blue, which I'm not sure I like. And I'm on the very last one here. These little spatulas that I'm using, I got out of the sun catcher kits for kids. I was testing some different things and I thought, well, I'll get the sun catcher kits. So that's what I was using, and these spatulas work really, really well. And they clean up. They have a little spatula on this end, and then on this end a little point. So if it's a really tiny area, you can push the paint with the point. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but you know, that's the way it is. You've learned something, then you're good to go, even if it doesn't work. In part 3, the last step, I will be putting resin on it. I let this dry overnight to make sure it's very dry before I put resin on it. So stay tuned for part 3.